this is the lecture number 14 for the chapter Continuity and Differentiability of class 12th, and in the last lecture we have completed up to exercise 5.6, and for exercise 5.7 we discuss two theorems. First is Rowley's theorem and second is mean value theorem. Now first of all, what is a Rowley's theorem? Let there is a function which is defined from a closed interval ab to real number be continuous in the closed interval ab and differentiable on the open interval of ab, such that if fa is equal to fb, where a and b are some real number, then there exists some real number c in the open interval ab such that f dash c is equal to 0. If these conditions are satisfied for this function from this closed interval to real number, then we say that this function satisfies the Rowley's theorem. That is, for the Rowley's theorem to be satisfied, the function must be continuous in the closed interval ab and differentiable in the open interval of ab, and fa is equal to fb. Then there exists some point c in this open interval of ab such that f dash c is equal to 0, and c must lie in the open interval of AB. Now let us take some example of the Rowley's theorem and the geometrical meaning of the Rowley's theorem. Now let us take these two graphs are differentiable. Now all the functions all differentiable functions are continuous function. Now we observe that in this graph that if we put first derivative equal to 0, then first derivative denotes the turning point or the slope of the tangent. That this is the graph, and the derivative of the function denotes the slope of the tangents at the turning points of the graph. And if we draw the tangent on this graphs, then at point C, then the tangents will be parallel to the x-axis. The tangent will be parallel to the x-axis. This is the geometrical meaning of this Rowley's theorem. And the point is that on this graph, in the open interval of AB, such that the tangent will be parallel to x-axis. At least one point are there in the open interval. That is, suppose this point is C, that if we draw a tangent at this point, then it will be parallel to x-axis. Let us take another graph, and there are 2 points C at which the tangent will be parallel to the x-axis. This is the geometrical meaning of the Rowley's theorem, and this is the theoretical meaning of the Rowley's theorem. Similarly, we have the mean value theorem. Let us again take a function from the closed interval ab to any real number, or be a continuous function in the closed interval and differentiable on the open interval ab. Then there exists a point c in the open interval such that f dash c will be equal to fb minus fa upon b minus a. If these conditions are satisfied, then we say that the function is satisfying the mean value theorem in this closed interval of AB. The difference between the mean value and the Rowley's theorem in this, in the Rowley's theorem we put f dash c is equal to 0, then that point c will lie in the open interval of AB. But in the mean value theorem, in place of f dash c is equal to 0, we have f dash c is equal to fb minus fa upon b minus a. Then the point of c which will get must lie in this open interval of AB. Similarly, the geometrical meaning of the mean value theorem is that, let us take this is a graph of the function which is satisfying the mean value theorem. Then there is a point which lie in this open interval of AB, and the tangent at this point will be parallel to the chord joining these two end points of the closed interval, parallel to the secant joining these 2 points. This is the geometrical meaning of the mean value theorem. There is a point C on this graph at which the tangent will be parallel to the chord joining these 2 points. In place of tangent we have the secant, parallel to the secant joining these 2 points AB. So the main difference between the mean value and the Rowley's theorem is this. In Rowley's theorem we have f dash c is equal to 0, then c will lie in this open interval. But in mean value theorem we have f dash c is equal to fb minus fa upon b minus a, and the c we are getting should lie in the open interval of AB. And in Rolle's theorem, the tangent at point C is parallel to the x-axis, whereas in this mean value theorem, the tangent is parallel to the secant joining these 2 points AB. Now we'll discuss some questions based on this Rolle's theorem and mean value theorem. Let us start the exercise 5.8, in which we have to discuss the applicability of the Rolle's or mean value theorem in the exercise 5.8. Now in question number 1, we have the function x square plus 2x minus 8, where x lie in the interval from -4 to 2, and you have to find whether this function satisfy the Rolle's theorem or not. Now because this x square plus 2x minus 8 is a polynomial function, and because all polynomial functions are differentiable and continuous in their domains, -4 to 2 is the domain of this function, because polynomial functions are always differentiable and continuous. All differentiable functions are continuous. If we prove that the function is differentiable, then it will be continuous, but all continuous functions are not differentiable. Now because it is a polynomial function, therefore it will be differentiable as well as continuous. So therefore you can write fx is continuous in the closed interval -4 to 2, and it is differentiable in the open interval -4 to 2. So the first two conditions of the Rolle's theorems are satisfied. Now we find fa and fb. Now what is a? It is -4. What is b? It is 2. So fa, find the value of fa, that is f minus 4. You are getting 0. Then you find f2, that is fb. You find f2, which is equal to 0. Now fa is equal to fb. This means that all the conditions of the Rolle's theorem is satisfied in this closed interval. So there must exist at least one point which is must lie in this open interval, such that f dash c will be equal to 0. So I put f dash c is equal to 0. So put first derivative equal to 0. We are getting c as -1, which lie in this open interval -4 to 2, that is lying in this open interval. This value lying in this open interval. So Rolle's theorem is satisfied. Now because it is a polynomial function, therefore it is differentiable as well as continuous in the given interval. fa is equal to fb. We have got the value of a is -4, b is 2. So therefore fa is equal to fb. So all the conditions of Rolle's theorem are satisfied. So there must exist at least one point c in the open interval, such that its first derivative equal to 0. So the value of c is -1, which is lying in this open interval. Now let us take a question number 2, which is given as this function, this is the greatest integer value function, and x belongs to the 5 to 9 closed interval. You have to find whether it is satisfying the Rolle's theorem or not. Now we know that the greatest integral function is not differentiable at the integral points from 5 to 9. Integral for the integral point for integers, the greatest integral value function is not continuous, or we can say differentiable, because the right hand limit at any integral value, let us say 5 or 6, then the left hand limit and the right hand limit of this function will not be equal. Therefore it is not continuous, as well as its right hand derivative and left hand derivative at the integers from 5 to 9 is not differentiable. Therefore it is not differentiable at the integral values. For non-integral values, they are differentiable or continuous. Now, so because they are not continuous, not differentiable, so we can say that this function is not satisfying the Rolle's theorem. Let us take another third part also, fa, that is f5. The value of f5, greatest integer value function, will be 5, and f9, that is the greater integral value for the function 9, is equal to 9. So though fa is not equal to fb, so we can say that the Rolle's theorem is not satisfying in this closed interval, because the greatest integral function is not differentiable as well as continuous at the integer or integral values in the given interval. Similarly is the second part of this question. Again, the greatest integer value function is given, and the interval is -2 to 2. So this function is neither continuous nor differentiable at the integral points -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. These are the integer in the given interval. integers, and at this point the function is greater than value function is neither differentiable nor continuous. So therefore this does not satisfy the Rowley's theorem. So this is the basic concept of the Rowley's and the mean value theorem, and to prove that the satisfying the Rowley's theorem, then it must satisfy all the conditions of the Rowley's theorem. Now I'll discuss the remaining question of this exercise in the next lecture. Thank you.